Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever episode of Dashcam Cruises. Today we're going to Bright from Wodonga via Yackandandah and Myrtleford. So this was last Wednesday, the 28th of January, and get a load of that. 46 degrees it was that day, in a week where it did not get under 40 degrees. It was insanely hot for the whole week. I'm listening to the work metal playlist as I was driving. I'll leave a link for that in the description. It's a fantastic playlist. Anyway, here we go. Now, I love this. This is like a tree archway as you go on the way to Yackandandah. I love driving under this, and it looks spectacular in autumn when it starts to turn orange, those leaves. It's fantastic. Love driving under that. So here we are in Yackandandah. It's a fantastic little town full of history. Here I am just about to turn right and park just, well, sort of on the side of the Yackandandah Hotel. It's a great little town. I love coming here. It's only about 20 minutes or so, maybe 25 minutes depending on traffic, away from Wodonga. So this is a main street view. I'll take you on a little walk down. That's past the Yackandandah Hotel, past the fire station. It's a beautiful little town. And there's the Soldiers Memorial Park. It's a beautiful little park. Had some lunch in there at one time or another. Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, there it is. So that's up the other end of Yackandandah. So Yackandandah Hotel at one end, and that was the Star Hotel at the other end. And there's the Beechworth Bakery. You find those in a few different spots around Victoria. Beechworth obviously being the original spot, but I'll tell you what, 50 metres down the road has another bakery that has the claim to some of the best meat pies around, and that's Gumtree Pies. As we head up back towards the Yackandandah Hotel, just about to head back into the car, and the next stop is Myrtleford. So we're just leaving Yackandandah now. Plenty of history in that town. Well worth a look if you're ever in the area. And that's what I love about living in Wodonga. There's so many places to go and explore. And it doesn't matter how many times you've been there. It's absolutely fantastic to go back again and again and again, as I have done. So this is a C527 between Yackandandah and Myrtleford. It's about a 26 minute drive to Myrtleford from Yackandandah. Pretty hazy, there's a lot of fires around, and here's a road that definitely needs to be fixed. Rough surface is an understatement. It could shake the camouflage paint off a tank, especially one of the potholes, which I just managed to avoid, thankfully. And here we are, we're in Myrtleford, another beautiful little town in the Alpine Valley. Absolutely beautiful spot. I do like Myrtleford. It's got that real nice small town vibe about it. And yeah, just about to park behind the Coles here on Clyde Street. And one of the things I love, a few towns do this, but I love this as well. So you go past the walls here, and they've got comparison photos of relatively modern photos to what they used to be back yesteryear, or probably more yestercentury, really. Anyway, there's the Buffalo Hotel, nice little watering hole. Back over the other side of the main road now, there's some more cool historic photographs on the wall, going past the food works, strolling along. Now, this is just off the main footpath. This is a nice little bridge that goes over the Happy Valley Creek. And over the other side, you got tennis courts and caravan parks. There's definitely plenty to see and do in Myrtleford, including plenty of walking trails, which we'll probably explore on a future episode of Dashcam Cruises. I think that'd be fantastic to do. Anyway, I like this too. It's like a little island in between the main roads, post office, cafes, things of that sort. It's a beautiful little town, Myrtleford. But we're back in the car now, on our way to our target destination of Bright. So it's about a 25-minute to half an hour drive between Myrtleford and Bright on the Great Alpine Road. It's a beautiful little road, this one. I actually really like it. Very scenic. Got some really nice hills. Sometimes you can see snow on the peaks driving to Bright in the winter. And the good thing is it's also a smoother road than the road between Yackandandah and Myrtleford, so that's a plus. Weird little updraft of air as we enter Paw Punker, as you can see the leaves flying up there. It's a bit strange, move the car around a bit. But a beautiful little town, Paw Punker. At this stage you're only about 7 to 10 minutes away from Bright, depending on traffic. And here we are entering Bright. There's some more of those tree archways that I really enjoy driving through. So this is the main street of Bright, and there is not a time of the year where this place is not a tourist hotspot. It attracts them like an absolute magnet. I love Bright. It's certainly one of my favourite places. So here we're turning into a place called Howard Park, and this is an absolute epicentre of activity here in Bright. There's performances, there's markets, there's all sorts of things to do. There's a footpath that runs alongside the mighty Ovens River, and in summer it is so popular with everyone coming in for a swim in the beautiful waters of the Ovens River. So I was going to actually film as I was walking up the footpath alongside the river, but there was a lot of kids swimming, a lot of people swimming. I just didn't feel right filming. But this is from the top of the footpath, looking back to where we just came from. Plenty of parks, there's even a really cool, actually, a little water feature. But here's somewhere I can film. This is going along the Canyon Walk, which is a 3 to 5 kilometre trail that leads to a swing bridge. And despite the town being right near you, it's actually very tranquil and peaceful out here. It's a beautiful walk. There's the swing bridge. Wonderful view of the Ovens River from there. It's a cool bridge to walk across. There's some interesting factoids about the town's mining history as well. Duckies! So here's the main road walk, and we're going past the Bright Brewery now. Wonderful little watering hole. Make their own beers on site and good food. Bit more of the streetscape there. Last little bit of a street walk. And before we know it, it's time to head back home. Almost feels a little bit sad leaving, but we've only just scratched the surface in what you can do in Bright. Could be a few episodes of Dashcam Cruises where we do a little bit more here. I'd like that. Because you're absolutely spoilt for choice with, cafes, restaurants, all sorts of things you can check out, as well as plenty more walking trails and things of that nature to check out. Plus, you're only about roughly an hour and 15 minutes away from Falls Creek, so there's that too. Back on the Great Alpine Road, heading back towards Myrtleford, then from Myrtleford back through Yackandandah, and from Yackandandah back home to Wodonga. Back through Myrtleford once again. Back on the C527, check out those clouds. It looks like it is going to bucket down. But no such luck, unfortunately. It was still about 42, 43 degrees on the dashboard. And back through Yackandandah. And of course underneath the tree arch again. And as we're back into Wodonga, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone who watched this video. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss an upload. I'd love to have you on board for the next adventure of Dashcam Cruises. Thanks again for joining us. Welcome aboard. Enjoy the ride.